What's going on, Malakies? Vnncz3 here, and let's spend some quality time gaming with each other. And in today's video, Scoobs, we're gonna go into a Darknest rally, okay? A little bit more into depth with the Darknest rally. So yeah, without further ado, Scoobs, let's just go ahead and show you instead of just talking about it, all right? So we are on the luscious Mr. Chips. I think I said that correctly. We're on his account, okay? And I have just been orchestrating everybody to send in troops, all that good stuff. And so we are hoping to down this Darkness here. Now, this is a bit of a challenge for us because, as you can notice here, we've got a bunch of T3 in our rally. A lot. And that's not the problem, okay? The problem isn't that, you know, yeah, Mr. Cupid Chips has amazing stats for pretty much all troop types, okay? He really does. It more or less rests on the fact that we are getting our composition correctly, okay? Because we smoked it last time, barely smoked it last time, and we didn't have a full rally last time actually either. And so that rally we had 2.1 million, and we barely lost. Look at this, we still lost less might than these guys did, and we barely lost that rally, like by 1%. The rally is full now. We've got over 200,000 more troops, and we should win this rally. Right, so let me go ahead and show you guys the rally's composition here. So this is a level 23 Darkness right here. And first and foremost, wall HP. Please do yourself a favor, okay, guys? If you are sending siege to your Darkness rally, you need to be beat, okay? Don't send siege into a Darkness rally, or any rally actually, unless you are the rally leader and you're afraid of losing your leader, okay, when you rally something, okay? What I'm trying to say here, fam, is that please do not be that guy to send in a bad set of troops to a rally. Now, Fear 87-1 is actually going to get sent back. Let me double check to make sure. Here we go. No, we're not sending any back. Let's see, sorry about this. We're not sending anyone back. This is real life, real action stuff, guys. It truly is. I want you guys to see how this stuff goes down so that when you guys do it, you can, you guys have a better idea of how everything's handled. Now, I've always got this window open here, and I'm always checking everything, but okay. I'm getting too far ahead of myself, all right? Let's go back to the composition of the rally, okay? So here we go. Here's the Darkness. Now, ignore the wall HP. 100% ignore the wall HP. And always look at the troop composition. You only want to rally level 5 Darkness that have 1 and or 2 different troop types inside the actual Darknest, okay? So whether it's cavalry, infantry, just cavalry, infantry range, or just infantry, or whatever the case is, okay? You only want 2 troop types. Now, in order to be successful at these, you need to understand 2 things, okay? You need to understand what counters half or more % of that Darkness rally and flood it with that 1 troop. So, for instance, I know for a fact that cavalry counters infantry, but cavalry and cavalry push against each other, okay? So even if this is in a cavalry formation, which it's not, we'll push against each other, and we're not going to counter each other, but once that infantry gets hit by my cavalry, I'm now countering that Darkness, if that makes any sense to anybody, okay? And so the other thing, too, I want to mention here is that you can be earning little extra stats here. Let me go ahead and pop on the travel speed gear so it goes a little faster, right? So I know for a fact a lot of you guys do not like to get into Battle Fury in any amounts, okay? You guys just don't like Battle Fury. That's it, point blank, okay? So here we go. Let's go ahead and experiment that just a little bit here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and scout this guy right here. Now, what this does is it does 2 things for me, okay? It gives me a large amount of army attack, which gives my troop attack. It gives me HP and all of that stuff, okay? And the next thing it's going to do is it's going to give me just that little bit more of an edge, just a tiny little bit more of an edge in order to basically break through this. Now, I am not perfectly statted for cavalry, but I am going to do it this time, okay? Spend 1,000 gems. Here we go. So I go with a full squad defense. I put the range in because, look, okay, I could put it somewhere else, but these are the extra points, okay? And basically take up all the cavalry. If you're doing this for infantry, do the same thing, but do it all for infantry attack stats, okay? Same thing goes for range. And so do all these right here. get all the offenses, get the offense right there, the squad offense. Go back to your stats here and check it out, right? 629% cavalry attack. I've got 201 cavalry defense, 209% cavalry HP, 535 army HP, which is, let's just be real with each other. I'm not even wearing all the champion gear. And I don't know. I'm not going to mention anything because, I mean, I'm just not, okay? Yeah. Let's move on, okay? 301% army attack. The army defense is pretty okay as well. Aside from all of that stuff, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to just be swapping out my gear for my travel speed gear, essentially, and I'm going to swap back, essentially, whenever it's time. Now, who is taking so long to get to the rally? Oh, okay, it's just 35 seconds. Not a big deal. And so, yeah, when we hit the rally, when we hit it, we're hoping to win. Now, I did send in 4 infantry and 4 ranged units, right? So let me go ahead and go over that for you guys. And I know I'm a little all over the place, okay? But again, guys, this is not a well-lubricated guild to basically, you know... just join with everything being correct. I've made a lot of corrections to people's troop formations or troop compositions, I mean, in this rally, okay? But I sent 4 archers, 4 grunts in, and what I'm going to be doing here... I got to switch over gears now, okay? And let's go back to calves. Boom, okay? And so I'm going to be inside of a range phalanx, okay? Because what it's going to do is that wall, any traps on the wall are going to fire at my range units. And then they're going to fire at my infantry units. And then they'll fire at my cavalry units. Now, I do this because I want to preserve all of my cavalry units. If this wall right here fires at my cav units first, it can actually kill 10, 20, 40,000 of my cavalry units, which is a really, really bad deal if you ask me. So losing 2, 4, 6, 8 tier 1 troops instead of losing 40 or 50 or 100,000 T4 troops is not even close. You can't even measure it. It's not even in the same ballpark, okay? It's really not. One thing I am going to be doing is I'm looking at the march time. We got 3 minutes and some change. Always double check all of your gear, right? You know, make sure you've got all of your gear on, all of that stuff here. You know, that's pretty much all you want to do is just ensure that all of your gear is on point. You want to make sure that the heroes you sent in the rally are going to be good, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to send a rally that's just not going to be very good, okay? You're probably like wondering, Dark Magister, he's actually a ranged hero, but he gives 60% cavalry attack, and he gives 30% army HP. And unfortunately, Chips does not have a hero like, what's his name now? Damascus, I say Damascus, but he's really not. Barbarian, right? And Barbarian is the best cavalry hero in the game, if I remember correctly, because he's got attack, defense, and HP, right? But I don't know, guys. Look, I don't want to talk your ears off too much, but I also don't like dead air. And I'm not one of those YouTubers that just play music and like, hey, look at me. Look what I can do. You know what I mean? Not one of those guys. I know some of you guys are going to be like, I know what that is. That's in living color. And so, instead of sending a hero like Death Knight, who gives HP and defense, I chose to take and send in Rose Knight, actually, because even though Rose Knight doesn't offer any actual cavalry attack, she doesn't. She gives 20% army attack. So I'm basically losing 10% stats, but she's going to give me 50% cavalry HP. So, in my opinion, 20% attack is worth more than the 50% defense that the Death Knight will offer, okay? That's just me, like 100%. I will lose, if we lose this and it's strictly a morale fight, I might toss in Death Knight just to make sure. Like I said, defense is not exactly very good. It's just really not. I don't know what to say about that. It's just really not a very good stat. If Lords Mobile redid the stat so it actually made it viable, then I could see a lot of players actually stacking the defense stat. Okay, I really could. But right now, HP is king. It really is. If you don't have... This is an offset, by the way. Chips he has like 600% army HP, and other gold champion players have upwards of like 650% army HP. Like, it's a lot, okay? It's really a lot. You know, and that's basically how they're doing so much damage. It's not so much the fact that, you know, the stats are... Let's see here. It's not so much that the stats are like this right here, right? Where they're 300%, 200%, or 300 and 300. It's not so much that. It's the fact that they've got just a a tremendous amount of army HP. And army HP also helps a great deal in morale, okay? I know attack is always going to be better, but if you had an opportunity to stack 2 attack or 5 army HP, always stack the army HP. And by the way, just to show you guys, Chips is all infirmaries, right? He's got no manners, so all of this army attack he's getting is basically right off of his gear and holding a prisoner and all that stuff. I mean, also having the, let's see here. Having the debuffs, too, actually helps out quite a lot, too, right? Others, no. Where is it? It's listed somewhere. There we go. Boom, right? Enemy debuffs, right? And so that also helps out a lot, too. So, it's whatever. And to kind of clarify what those actually do, as soon as this hits here, to clarify what that does is it minuses 10% from their actual army attack, right? Don't smoke! Let's go! Let's go, Scoobs! Let's go! We won that one, all right? It took a little bit, but we did it, all right? So, so the buff, essentially, what it does is it takes away 10% from them. So, like, if you have 300%, it doesn't minus you 30%. It just minuses you 10%. So, there was a huge debate about that, and we kind of... it just doesn't make any sense for it to do anything other than just a flat 10%. Because think about it, right? If your research for like Army 2 attack gave you 10%, well, is that 10% to your base, or is that just a flat 10%? And it's just a flat 10%. That's all they're doing here. So how much did we win this by? Probably by just a sliver, but we'll take it, okay? I like watching these at the very end here. So watch this, right? So there goes one ranged squad right there. It's annihilated. Watch the wall again. Boom, there's the second one. And Dark Magister is a ranged hero, by the way, but he gives a cavalry attack. And yes, your heroes still give the stats after they've been taken out. So here we go. We're going to go boom. We're going to knock the wall down. And then all of these units are going to take out this the infantry units, right? Boom, there's 2 grunts right there. And then there's the other 2 grunts. My cavalry, my main force, is still untouched. Well, I've only lost 8 units compared to their, 100,000 already or whatever it is, right? That is the reason why I use this tremendous amount of troop manipulation, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. It's going to boost your gameplay a great deal by being able to do stuff like that, to be knowledgeable like that, so that you can save troops, man. You can do more damage that way, too. Like... by having more troops in the rally, by having more troops as soon as this wall went down, and by having more troops after the first initial impact, I am guaranteed to do a significant amount of more damage because now it's my turn to hit, basically, and I do a boatload more damage. You see this right here? We've already down like 800,000, and the morale differences are kind of catching up a little bit, but it's whatever. So we're going to win this one by, 9%? We'll take it. Like I said, this rally basically was pretty much full with tons and tons and tons of T3, like lots of T3, okay? Like a whole lot. But that's besides the point. We did it, Scoobs. We did it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm kind of... I'm 34 divorced. No, oh my gosh. You guys reading chat up here? It's crazy. So, look at this. Look at these T3s, right? So many T3s. 1.3 million. And this had all T4s in it. And we still won, Scoobs. We still won. Look at this. Come on, chum out. Keep going. Go down lower. So here we go. We wiped out basically all of the heroic fighters. Half of them. And then we started digging into the cavalry unit, right? So we annihilated 2 infantry squads, and then we started getting into the cav squads. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys took something from this video. I don't really know if you did or not. Let me know inside the comment section, please. Let me know if you need me to go further into depth with something like that, or you would like just maybe better tips or tricks. But just always remember, man, never send siege. If we had sent 10% siege into that Darknest rally to down the wall, we would not have won that or even come close to it. But that's all I'm gonna That's all I'm gonna say though. But y'all know what I'm talking about though, right? Love, peace, and chicken grease. Be safe. Thanks for stopping by. This has been some of yo Q audit. And stay classy.